Hey, it's your favorite dumbass. What's poppin'? This is What If Deku was madara. So, after the 4th grade ninja war. Oh yeah, and by the way, I've only done What If Deku was Zamasu and Madara's reincarnation. I haven't done this whole Madara. So yeah. But so after the Great Shinobi War, Madara and Hashirama was a girl. Both die again. Oh yeah, and by the way, instead of Madara Susanoo being freaking blue, which I still never, even to this day, I don't understand why his was blue. It should have been like a dark purple or like a black, if you ask me, but yeah, that's just my opinion. But anywho, so Bea, that's like the only difference for his Susanoo. But he'll have all the abilities of Madara. So Deku, when this nigga is born, Inko, she tries to throw him to the wall. So essentially, it's gonna be a similar backstory to What If Deku was my favorite participants from Ragnarok. So yeah. But so Deku, he well, Inko, she like throws him because she's like, it's a boy. It's a male because only females have quirks. But she throws him. Hizashi, he came through like right at a good time and like had caught him by a hair. And he's like, sorry for producing a male. And go. But right after that, Deku's sister, Izumi, gets pushed out of Deku. Gets pushed out of Inko. And she's like, at least you got half the job right. Oh yeah, by the way, did you know that if there is a couple with 2 children, it's a 1 in 3 chance that they will have 2 boys, or a boy and a girl, or, well, I'm essentially explaining it now, but yeah, the 3 possibilities are 2 boys, 1 girl, or 2 boys, 1 girl. 1 boy, 1 boy, and then 1 girl, 1 boy, and then a girl and a girl. Yeah. Anyhow, so Deku and Hizashi, he still gets abused by Inko. And Deku, he was already walking at 3 months. And Inko, she didn't really care what Deku did, but Hizashi, he would look after Deku. And he would always just take beatings from Inko constantly to protect Deku. But Deku, at the age of 2, he would or not, at the age of 6 months old, because he started walking at 3. And he still has the Hashirama cells, but I'm going to say they were a lot stronger. So now he can regenerate like full limbs, just cause. But Deku. Sorry, had to turn the music down. But so he would start speaking. And he would constantly, and I mean constantly, always make sure that his Ashi was okay. Bro, something's been going on with my phone lately. I think I might need to get a new charger. But anywho, so Deku, he goes and but he goes and Deku, he has the cracks on his face and his skin. Sorry, had to do some stuff for what if. Well, a different one. Dang. Funny, I spelled that wrong. Anywho. But he's always had like the cracks on his face and his skin. And Hazashi, cause Inko, she hadn't really given Deku a name, like at all. And so, Hazashi, he says, so, what do you want to be named? And Deku, he says, Madara. And he says, doesn't that mean plague? And he says, yes. And they were like, dang, nigga really don't give a fuck. But anywho, Deku, he's constantly training. And Izashi, one day when he's 5, and Izumi, she gets shit like God. And she just despises men. But she wants the attention of her father. And she hates Deku because he gets attention from their dad. But Deku, he's training, and like Inko, she's the number 4 pro hero, and her telekinesis is like really, really, really strong, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. She got that almighty push bullshit. By the way, I'm gonna give Deku almighty push just cause he gets rid of them thoughts real quick. But anywho. 2:25 in the morning, close to 3 in the morning ish. But anywho, so Deku, he is training outside, like doing sit-ups and like burpees and stuff. And then Hizashi, he gets thrown out a window. Like, the man got yeeted like it's a freaking football. Yeet. And Hizashi, he has higher, like, very, very high dexterity because of constantly getting beat, so his skin is thicker. So is Deku's. And he gets thrown, and he has and Hizashi has like a broken arm that's like poking out of his skin a little. And then most of his ribs were broken. And he says, "Sorry, Suku, that you had to see me like this." He says, "Dad." And he like walks over to his dad and he says, "Sorry that I'm not strong enough." He says, "Son, us men will never be strong enough in this world. So please, wake up to reality, because nothing in this accursed world will ever go as it seems. The more you live, the more you will realize that the only true things in this world are pain, suffering, and futility. But there are nexuses, yeah, I said that right, and causal relationships that cannot be severed. Yet people tend to suppress them. So, make sure that you never forget that fact, that us males will always be on bottom, but that doesn't mean you cannot strive to do the unthinkable. Never, not a day in your life will you ever give up. You got me, son. And even if you fall, get back up. Doesn't matter how many times you fail, how many times you feel like you're about to die, how many times you feel like you're going to get erased if you continue to push your body further. Train until your limbs fall off. Alright? And Hizashi, he gets back up with a partially broken leg and limps his way back into the house. And this is Deku's motivation. His father. Because if Deku can make his dad smile, then that's enough for him. To make sure that his father can smile and not worry about being hit or hurt, even if it's just for the slightest moment. That's all that Deku needs to strive for. That's all that he cares about. But, Katsumi, she came to play with Izumi. And she comes outside. And they're like, hey, useless. How about you come over here and we can use it as a punching bag for training? And he says, I'm not a mirror. You should know that. Hizashi, he gets a feeling just like, I don't know why, but I have a strange feeling that somebody has just dropped bars, or not bars, but has dropped facts. And he says, and I smell black Air Forces brewing. I don't trust it. For my nose. But anywho, so Deku, he gets beat up by Katsumi and Izumi, and he's trying to dodge the best that he can. But Katsumi, she jumped up and then released a explosion at his head, and then Izumi, she has like air pressure. I'm gonna say instead of or nah, she has her telekinesis, but it's different. She like controls it through air vibrations and movements. It's strange. But she like throws Deku, and Deku, he just goes flying. Like, you know, like the little star or whatever. It makes one of those, and then like Deku, he's falling down to the ground. He's like, so, is this how I die? He gets caught by a tree, even though he cracks 4 of his ribs. And he like bounces off of that, and then his back hits another one, and then he like puts his shoulder towards the ground. His shoulder snaps out of place, and his arm broke. And he just gets up, snaps his arm and shoulder back into place, and Deku, he goes and he continues his training even though he's limping. Time skip, and a couple of days later, Deku, he doesn't go to school because Inkoshi doesn't want to waste money on uselessness, as she calls Deku. By the way, Deku is not Sakura, he's not useless. You get it? Oh wait, oh, what am I saying? Everybody that's watched this probably knows and has at least watched a couple episodes of Naruto. But if you never have, Sakura's uselessness. The strongest thing that she has in her arsenal is Naruto's name. Naruto-kun. Hello, bruh. It's a good thing Naruto don't simp anymore for them hoes. Like, bruh, he got a wife, he got 2 kids, bruh. Well, technically 3, but anywho, I'm happy that nigga stopped simping. But anywho, Deku, he makes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and like a ramen packet, and then a microwave ramen cup or whatever for him. But the peanut butter and jelly sandwich and the ramen packs were for his dad, because Inko, she'll starve Hizashi to where Hizashi's body just runs on Hizashi's body fat, which he doesn't have a lot of. So essentially his maximum is 4 days. He hadn't been fed in 3. But, Deku, he goes and he hands Hizashi his food, and Hizashi is like, "Thank you, Izuku." And he says, "You're welcome, Dad." And, Hizashi, he's eating. Deku, he goes to the bathroom and gets, like, the bandages and everything. And while Hizashi is eating, Deku wraps up all of Hizashi's bandages and everything like that. He then went ahead and, friggin' cleaned up their food and stuff. And Deku, he knows how to use all of Madara's abilities at this point. Keep in mind, he's only 6. But yeah. And so, Deku, he is just freaking training one day, and Izumi, she brings over Katsumi, Fem Kaminari, and Fem Kirishima. And they all beat him up with their quirks. But, Fem Kirishima, she hits him with her hardening, like, a bunch of times. And Katsumi, she's just exploding his stomach. And Izumi, she's just, like, picking up, like, rubble and debris and just everything. And he goes and is just freaking what's the right word? He's essentially getting slaughtered. But Izumi, she picks up like a big log and like swings it at Deku, and it hits Deku in the stomach, and he goes like flying up to the mountain, and then he like rolls back down. But yeah, and so Deku, being Deku, he goes and like just goes to his dad to make sure his dad's okay, even though he's the one that received the beating. He cares more about his dad than he does about himself. And Deku, he met a girl named Hashirama, and he likes her. He knows that he does. And Hizashi, he gives Deku like some money, and Deku, And this is when Deku's like 8. He goes and he gets a guy that makes t-shirts to make these 2 shirts. And he asks for 2 X's. So that way they can both grow into them. But, Hashirama, she has, a sister, Tobirama. Korime. Yeah, let's go with that. But I'll most likely just say Fem Tobirama. So yeah, they're like the same person. But anywho. But Deku, he pulls up to the crib, to her crib, knocks on the door, and she answers. He says, "Hey, Hashirama," putting on a fake smile per usual, because he wants to make sure that she feels safe around him, because he also does care about her. It's just her and his dad, only people he cares about. And then he goes and freaking decides, you know what, I'm gonna say it. But he hands her the shirt. Like, she puts it on and she's like, "Oh, what's this?" He says, "Oh, I got us matching shirts, and I got them in bigger sizes so that way we could wear them for when we're older." And she says, "Thank you, Madara." And she's like smiling and stuff like that. And Deku, he's just like, "Nah, it smiles brighter than the sun. Like, I'm good." And like, she goes into the bathroom and she says, "Why does it say, if lost, return to Madara?" And then you say, "I'm not Madara." And he says, "Well, I like you, Hashirama." And she's like, "I like you too, buddy." That buddy line. Don't. And Fem Tobirama, she was just like face palming in her head. But at that point, she was like, "Finally, I can kill this male." Or not, she says, "Finally, I can crush that man's spirits." But, time skip, like a year later of Deku being in the friend zone. He goes over, and it's, this random dude with, like, black hair. And she's, like, kissing him and stuff. Or, like, she kissed him. And Deku, he was just cursing life so much. But Deku, he goes back home. And he has, like, the reanimation eyes. So, like, the black ones around the black people. But Deku, He was born with his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, so he always has it active. People just thought it was a weird, like, eye design that happened. Oh yeah, by the way, did you guys know that the womb is formed with the butt first? But anywho, Deku, being who he is, aka Madara, decides, alright, fine then. Who cares about her? But, Deku, he goes and he just says, why in the world? Why? He's just like contemplating while in his room. And, this will be part 0. There will be 3 other parts to part 0. So this is part 0 flat, and then next part will be part 0.5, and then the part after that will probably be like 0 1/3. But yeah, I'm tired. Sorry guys. But see you later.